Hi Gemini, welcome back. So Gemini, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading, and we're going to jump right into it as I got messages already while I was meditating on the collective Gemini energy. So Gemini, I'm just feeling like a little bit irritated in the energy, right? Like I was having trouble getting my camera set up, and you guys know I don't believe in coincidences, right? And I was asking for the energy for Gemini, and it dawned on me that some of you are feeling that same, like, little things, just like little things that are frustrating you, you know? Like when you can't get something just right, or you can't get a drawer closed, or your belt loop gets stuck on the door handle, which happened to me when I was live with you guys on Sunday. It's just like little irritations here and there, nothing huge, I think, going on, but it's because you're a little bit distracted, I feel, in your thought process, which is interesting because the longer I sat in the energy, the clearer it became. So I think that if you could just take some time when you're getting frustrated like that to take a minute or two to just sit in silence and clear your thoughts, then the energy will dissipate almost immediately. Because I feel you have a lot of control here. They're giving me the words thought control. Okay, so all air signs are really good with the thought processes, the headspace, communication, receiving information, learning information, and Gemini, you are a master at all of the above, right? So I feel like it won't take much for you to be able to let go of the distractions, at least during this time frame, and get focused and get focused and get focused, okay? Interestingly enough, I got two songs. One was body yaddy 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 yaddy. I don't know, some of you working on your physical body, something to do with your body, maybe you just like that song, or you're going to hear it somewhere in the supermarket or something, I don't know. And then the second song was Seal, A Kiss from a Rose on a Grave. And baby, I can be a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, and yeah. Okay, so now they're still wanting to go with the song, but I'm not going to keep singing it for the sake of your ears. But he says it's like a kiss from a rose on the grave. The more I get of you, the stranger it feels, and yeah. But now that your rose is in bloom, the light hits. Oh, now it's leaving me. Okay, the lyrics of that song have always been a little bit confusing to me. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that song, but it's not really so much about the song or the artist. And some of you, maybe you are a huge fan, and that's why it came up. But I'm getting more so it has to deal with the lyrics. So go check out the lyrics to that song, see how it hits you, see how it resonates. You might be able to get some additional information on that one. Either way, those were the kind of the messages and the energy I was feeling in the meditation. And I find myself wanting to right now, like, stop the video, go back and redo it. And see, I feel like this is the same energy I picked up for you, Gemini, in the meditation that I just did, which is the sense of like feeling like you need to redo things, or something's not good enough on the first try, so you do it again, you do it again, you do it again. Sometimes I find that the more I try to perfect something, the worse it gets, you know, which is why I never tape a video more than once. Like, whatever comes out, whatever. I don't get into, like, redoing my videos, because anytime I try to duplicate something, if it's not genuine, if it's not authentic, if it's not flowing right then, right there, then it's not meant to be, right? So if you try to go back and redo something, it's almost like you cause more confusion or damage than good, Gemini. So I don't know if some of you are also feeling frustration like with that, like feeling like, okay, I've got to perfect this, or maybe next time. And then the more you try to perfect something, the more off you feel. It's kind of like that, okay? Like, for instance, I don't even know if I'm making sense at this point, but we're going to keep going. So, have you ever had a conversation like that, Gemini? Some of you might be in this space where you're jumping thoughts. You're having trains of thoughts where you catch yourself starting on one subject and then going to the next subject and the next subject and the next subject. Because I will say, while I was in the meditation, it was jumping around a lot. So your thoughts might be jumping around a lot, or when you're communicating, you might be jumping around a lot. So watch that. Again, focus your thought, because I feel like that is a source of frustration, either for you or someone you're connecting with possibly, okay? So let's get into the cards and see. You have the 12th house of surrender here. This is Piscean energy. Some of you could have Pisces in your chart or be dealing with one. But interestingly enough, this also talks about the subconscious mind, okay? It also talks about your dreams and forgiveness, karma. It's letting go of the struggle, okay, Gemini? And that's kind of what I'm feeling, like this struggle almost for perfection. I'm not saying that you're a perfectionist, although some of you might be, but it's like I'm actually getting a headache the more I try to talk right now. It's almost like you are way overthinking something right now. Okay, you are redoing something or you're overdoing something that you really need to just kind of let go and let it flow, right? Because the more authentic you can be and the more genuine it could be, the better. I heard do not rehearse it. Okay, so some of you are like rehearsing something in your mind, or you're trying to make something perfection or rehearsed, and it's not coming off genuine, or it will not come off genuine if that's what you're doing. I heard we rehearsed for this. Okay, so some of you might have been taught like early in childhood that practice makes perfect. And I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm just saying if you overdo it, if you overpush yourself, it actually starts to go the opposite direction, right? It's like when someone is wonderful at singing and when they just sing a cappella out of the blue or in the shower, it's perfection. But when it comes to like show night, and their nerves are involved and they're pushing themselves when they're not ready or they're feeling nervous, it doesn't quite come out the same as when they were just singing for themselves in the shower. That type of pressure, you know what I'm saying? That type of forced energy, right? That's needing to go. Oh my gosh, you got Piscean energy out twice. Both of these cards are about release and also your dreams. So some of you, this is in relation to your dreams or something that you've dreamt about, a goal maybe that you have, or a conversation you want to have, a relationship, whatever. It's just like, don't rush it, don't push it, don't overthink this, okay? It's so funny I got the card, A Kiss from a Rose on a grave, because this song kind of has that type of feels to it. Okay. So now we're going to go, Gemini, into the headspace and see what's going on in the headspace for you. And then we're going to go into the emotional space and what's going on in your heart. And then we're going to look at the big spiritual picture and see what's going on in the future energy. Princess of Cups is out first. Woo. Okay. You have the Star here, the Two of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay. Some of you definitely have a relationship on your mind. King of Discs, Nine of Swords, and the Three of Wands. So, Gemini, there has been some hope here to come together with someone in a connection. Could be a friendship, doesn't have to be, but could also be an intimate relationship. But it's like, don't get overly stuck in your head about this. Some of you are wanting to call in a relationship. but it's almost like there is something destined here for you when it comes to a relationship in particular. And if you could just get out of your head about it and relax, then it would come in naturally, genuinely, authentically. Some of you are trying to push a connection or a relationship before it's energetically ready to come in. And so it's like, don't overthink it if that's what you have going on in the headspace. Some of you are in this headspace where it's just maybe not so much about that, but it's, okay, maybe it's not so much about that. Maybe it's about healing the relationship with yourself. Let me say that. Getting more grounded, being more emotionally available to yourself, which means you don't shame yourself. You don't talk bad to yourself the way other people would. It's like, talk to yourself how you would talk to a friend, Gemini. That's how you should always talk to yourself, right? If you wouldn't say hurtful things to someone you love, why would you say hurtful things to yourself unless you weren't loving yourself? So there is a reminder here about loving oneself, which I think Gemini's been doing a lot of work on lately as a collective energy. But I think for most of you, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it, there is love on the brain or a specific relationship that has been guided to you, or you feel has been guided to you, or is being guided to you, okay? And it could start as something really small, or it started as something really small, and then it started to get more real, or it's about to get more real, all right? Because everybody's on different timelines, but then you overthink it. Then there is this warning here about like, well, the more you get in your head about it, the farther you push this away, or the more complicated you make it. And this could be where like the small irritation or like the small frustration is coming in. And it's just like, go into the Three of Wands, right? Because in this depiction of the Three of Wands, this person is at peace, they're at ease, and kind of going with the flow a little bit more. Some of you kind of got wrapped up in your head about another person and maybe rethinking something or wanting to redo something within that situation or within that connection. And every time you think that thought, Gemini, it feels bad. And it feels bad because the higher guidance is that, first of all, you can't go back into the past. And second of all, you did exactly what was on your path and right for you at that time. So the faster you can release that and look towards the future, the more things will untangle themselves for you. I keep hearing, don't push it or don't rush this. Sorry, there's an additional message here. And also my dogs are getting ready to bark because someone's pulling in. Some of you have literally dreamt about a relationship, or you have dreams around relationships, like a dream relationship, a dream life you want to live, a dream partner that you want to have or that you do have. And it's like that dream can absolutely become a tangible reality. And that's what I felt earlier. If you just allow it to be and stop overthinking it, meaning stop looking for it, stop looking for the faults, stop looking at your watch to see, when things are going to fix themselves or when this is going to come into alignment, and just let it be. I have a song in my head. Let it be, let it be, be. Let It Be, is that John Lennon or the Beatles or something? Let It Be. That's the lyrics, okay? Let's go into the emotional space. This was a very interesting reading to me, and I also feel like I'm really talkative right now, or like my speech is like sped up, or some of you are just fast talkers in general, and if it's not talking, it's in like your mind. Like, I once met a Gemini male. It was a masculine Gemini who was actually an extremely slow talker. but his mind was like always racing, but then he would not emote it the same. And I kind of feel like that energy, like some of you aren't necessarily fast talkers, but you're fast thinkers. But it's like, it doesn't always come out right. Or you're like, I wish I would have said that different, or redo, you know, and it's kind of picking on yourself a little bit. And they're saying, stop it. Stop picking on yourself. Or picking at yourself. Some of you are picking at another person. But if that's the case, it's because you're picking at yourself and it's coming out towards another person. Or someone could be picking at you, but it's just a reflection of the fact that you are doing that to yourself internally. When you start to understand, Gemini, that the external reality is only ever mirroring what you have going on inside of you, things will make so much more sense to you. I think a lot of you are aware of that. So, emotionally speaking, you are the Two of Discs and the Emperor. Give me one more. And the Wheel of Fortune. And we'll flip the Hierophant. Let's see what this is. Whew, the Five of Cups. So, emotionally speaking, some of you, they're giving me that song again about the body. Some of you could really use some water therapy, a bath possibly. I don't know if you do any salt baths around the new moon or the full moon, but you could benefit energetically from that. Sometimes I will, and I hope this isn't TMI, meditate in the bathtub, or I have a little hot tub in my backyard, and I will sit in it and like meditate. And for some reason the water, just sitting in the water, because water is conducive, right, to energy, to channeling energy. It just helps clear my energy so much better. Some of you might really benefit from like water meditation. Either way, emotionally speaking, there is like a little bit of back and forth, feeling like you're almost walking a tightrope at times when it comes to your emotions, wanting to be in control of that, trying to gain some control over that, but at times feeling like maybe your emotions get the best of you, and some lower level emotions sinking in, or some unworthiness type of feelings coming in, or just getting down on yourself. You know, it's almost like for no reason. It's almost like you don't even have a reason to feel this, but some of you maybe, but we assign all kinds of reasons to why we feel bad. But just remember this, you're the one assigning the reason to that, because really there's never a reason to feel bad when you're consistently, unconditionally loved by Source all of the time, other than we're just human, and that's what we do. We find excuses to feel bad. I am sad because it's Monday, you know, or, you know, sometimes, and I don't want to take away the significance of like feeling sad because an actual tragic event happened, but sometimes we feel sad for very piddly things that we're just using as reasoning. When really there's something deeper going on, you know? And I kind of feel like the reason why that example is coming up, Gemini, is because some of you, there's something deeper going on, but like you're reasoning it with, well, I'm not happy because I've got this and this to do today and I don't want to do any of it, or because it's Monday, or because this person said this snide remark, and it's just excuses to feel bad when truthfully you're making the choice to feel bad, or there's something much deeper going on that you are not acknowledging or confronting. There's like emotional guidance coming in though. Okay, so there's like good timing and emotional guidance coming in. I'm really seeing relationships being highlighted a lot, and I know this is not a relationship reading, but relationships are very much part of our spiritual path, because we learn who we are through the experience of relationships, how other people see us, how we interact with them, how we view others. You would not really know self if you did not know other, right? So it's in part a way that we slowly define who we are through the act of relationships. And I feel like relationships are being heavily highlighted in the energy right now, okay? There's some sort of karma around relationships and your belief structures about them and how worthy you feel. Oh, there it is. There it is. I don't care how confident you are on the surface, Gemini. There's something going on with worthiness in relationships. All right, and my throat chakra is like really bothering me. There's something bothering you. If there's something bothering you, it's okay to let it out, you know, if you need to. Sorry, that overwhelmed me for a second. And it's really like the small, I felt like at first it was small things that were bothering you. But as the reading goes on, I could tell that those small things are not actually even the cause. It's like something deeper than that coming through in the energy. It's got something to do with your spiritual growth, with the karmic scales being shown here, and your belief structures around relationships. Have you always felt like you had to walk a tightrope when it came to a relationship or in relationships in general? Always feeling of two minds about it? Wanting to be the passive one, then wanting to be the aggressor? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Maybe some aggression in relationships showing up. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. What in the world? Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that. I just feel like there's something to be learned here about that, Gemini, that may be quite eye-opening to you. So do the water meditation. Please, at least try it and see, you know, kind of what comes up, right? I feel in your heart you want things to be stable when it comes to relationships, because you want to feel in control of your emotions and your empire, and you do have healing on your mind, or a desire or a hope for just that. So let's see, spiritual picture, bigger spiritual picture. Six of Swords, Nine of Discs, the Lovers, that's your card, and the Strength card. Well, hallelujah and happy amen. Hey, I couldn't get that out of my mouth. High Priestess showing up. Okay, got a little tongue-tied there. I don't know what you call that. I don't even think it was tongue-tied. Brain fart. Anyways, Six of Swords, Nine of Discs, the Lovers, the Strength card. You're going to rise above this, you know, and because they're giving me that song, and I rise up. It's like rising above this. You have elevated yourself, okay, spiritually speaking, a lot of you, beyond this issue around relationships, or at least you're in the process of doing so. Because here's this self-sufficient, very magnetic, independent, confident energy coming in here, Gemini, and a sense of feeling a connection with oneself again. Some of you, this is connecting both the higher and lower self and getting in alignment, getting in attunement, and like tackling some serious business here. Like, I feel like you have grown so much over the past year or so. And it's like, I heard searching for a needle in a haystack. As it pertains to what? Something about searching for a needle in a haystack. Sorry, that was so random. I have no idea what that was about. Okay. Anyways, you've come a long way is what I was trying to say. And here is this partnership again showing up. Now, some of you, this is an actualization of a partnership, a relationship that has gone through some healing, maybe stressed you out before in the past, but you might have suffered in silence, some of you, but then yet union coming anyways because of some sort of rising above this energy. Others of you, this is just calling in a new relationship that is more connected with you because you've done some healing on yourself as it comes to how you feel about self and distancing yourself from prior issues around worthiness or relationships. Or it's just coming into union with yourself, with your higher self, and knowing your worth and feeling that confidence. It's like rise up out of this emotional mess here, Gemini. And you've been guided the whole way, right? And it's like the next chapter is more about not so much pushing things, not so much needing to redo anything, but more so of just kind of allowing, they're giving me so mote it to be, allowing it to be what it is, softening your energy around that, and connecting with your happiness, your confidence. Some of you could be connecting, like I said, with an actual person that you have dreamt about. Okay. That maybe you had some feelings of unworthiness about in the past, but there's some lesson that's been learned there. And now you have a different belief of your worth. And now the connection comes back, or a new connection comes in. Some of you, you don't even care. You just feel more connected to yourself. So there's a few different ways I can see this, Gemini. All right, so let me get some Osho Zen cards here. Your inner voice is your guidance. Duh. Your inner voice is your guidance. So pay attention to your inner dialogue, okay? Because I do feel like you're being guided, Gemini, and I don't know if any of you... Some people don't know what it means to listen to their intuition. They really don't. Let me tell you how it works for me. I know when I'm creating a thought, it kind of feels different in my body. Pay attention when you do this. Like sit in silence and create a thought. In your mind, create an image of an apple. Okay? Make the apple any color you want. Make it textured. Make it 3D, 4D, 5D. Let it rotate in front of your mind, in your mind's eye. Notice how you feel in the headspace while you create that. That's a creative thought, right? And you can do it right now. All of us can. You can create it in your mind. Everything that's created on this planet is created in the mind first. Okay. So pay attention to how you feel. What you'll notice is that it feels like you're kind of pushing the thought. There's some effort there. You'll feel the effort. Now, sit in silence and just focus on a neutral sound in the air. And don't try your best to keep your focus there without needing or wanting to create any thought. You'll notice that the pressure in your headspace will change, and it'll start relaxing and almost feel like you're about to go to sleep. And then when that happens, you're now receiving thought. Meaning you're not the originator of it. And that's when your daydreams come in, your imagination comes in, symbols come in. That's called channeling. Y'all, we all do it. Just some people don't know how to hone in on that skill. But I feel like I'm telling you this for a reason, Gemini, so that you can hone in on this skill, right? Because I feel like if you can get into receptive mode and hear that inner guidance, it will help you to get to, I guess, the issue, which is the needle in the haystack. I hope you found that helpful. Okay, so the guidance is serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Do not let past issues and resentment interfere with your serenity today. Whew! So, Gemini, I'm going to leave that here for now. Wow. Zodiac signs that you might be dealing with. I've got Aquarius energy here, Pisces energy, Taurus, Leo, Gemini energy, and Aries, Virgo. Could be dealing with any of those signs. You could have them in your chart, or it's just simply the influencing vibes. It's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The You versus Them readings will be out next, so stay tuned for that. If you would like, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. I do go live there as well. My Facebook and Instagram are linked down below. Please make sure you're only using the links from my YouTube, as there's a lot of spammers and scammers out there right now in the tarot community. So use the links below or the links in the About section. Also, if you'd like to donate to the channel, you can do so in the About section by clicking on the donation link. Otherwise, I am wishing you the very, very best, Gemini. Until next time, my